Well, well, well. Apparently, the Hunger Games prequel is worse than terrible. It's bland. To nobody's surprise. Like, honestly, who is surprised that, like, yet another sequel, or I guess it would be a prequel, you know, yet another remake, yet another this and the other. Who was surprised that this would be terrible? Not me. Apparently, this is just the critics. Like, it's weird how the critics don't even try to defend these things anymore. Like, at first they did. At first, the official critics were like, oh, well, if you don't like this, you're a racist or a sexist or this or that. Nowadays, they don't even try defending these movies. So, you know, even they're sort of catching on the bandwagon. Maybe. Again, people have my preconceived notions of a movie before it even came out, based on several factors. Again, rather it's another prequel or sequel or remake or reimagining, or yet if it has a race swap or a gender swap, or if they throw the whole canon story out the window, or even based off the actors and actresses that are shown in the movie. Like, I know Rachel Ziegler was very vocal about her part in Snow White, and then there's Peter Dinklage in here, which I'm not gonna go over all that. Like, I shit on him so many times, and I'll shit on him again. Or, you know, I'm on cooldown, right? You know, if I want to alt and shit on him, I will, but you gotta let me cook. So, with with a title almost as cumbersome as the film itself, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes gives viewers more than ridiculously named characters, absurd outfits and hairstyles, and child murder tournaments that made the franchise a YA success. A YA success that it doesn't deliver. What it doesn't deliver, however, is a center of attention with even 1/10 the charisma of the original star Jennifer Lawrence, or story of any significance, consequence, or suspense. Yeah, I'm not surprised, right? You know, it's the Endgame situation all over again. Past Marvel Endgames is really like there's no direction. Things are directionless, right? They have nowhere to take the story, so they're kind of just wallowing in obscurity here. Right? They're just throwing shit at the wall and hoping something ends up being an interesting concept. And if you don't like it, you're a racist, sexist, bigot, whatever, transphobe, whatever insults they'll throw at you. Like, they genuinely believe they can shame you into purchasing a product. It's like, oh, well, I guess I'll buy this product since you called me this, that, and the other. But we know people don't act that way. Like, the market doesn't act that way. Right. At this point, I think people will, if they were to make something new and completely original, people would buy it out of principle and watch it. You know, if they were to make something edgy, you know, something that makes you feel something, because that's the problem with most of these movies. They don't make you feel anything. And if a movie you even watch the movie, like, again, the opposite of love isn't hate. The opposite of love is apathy. If people don't care about the movie, then I think that aspect of it has failed. Like, why wouldn't they just read a book at that point? And it's not the charisma. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence was, like, without her, where are you even going to take the story? Like, I get it, they want the out with the old, in with the new, but people don't, that's not what the market wants. And even if you could probably do that with a couple of IPs, But it's like every single IP out there does this. And it's a trope at this point. Like, people see it, they roll their eyes, and they're like, well, I guess I'll just watch anime. You know, it's funny how anime doesn't need to do these tactics. They don't need to do the out with the old, in with the new thing. Now, there's anime that I don't really much care for. But I'd say those, even the animes I don't like, or the anime I have gripes with, are better than, I'd say, what, 90% of the movies that came out in the past 5 years? Give or take. Yeah, I'd say that's an accurate assessment. Or should any significant consequence of suspense. A dreary and protracted 165 minutes prequel that about how nefarious president whoever the fuck Snow, previously played by Donald Sutherland, became evil. Would this role affair would deserve the designated for fans only. Yeah, of course they have the remember this guy, remember that, him. Oh yeah, the guy that was in the Hunger Games. There he is, right there, only for fans. Yeah, if not for the sneaking suspicion that even they won't be wowed by this return trip to Panem. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Why can't they make a Hunger Game in another country? Or like, okay, see now I'm brainstorming. Why not have like Panem have conflict with another country? Like, I don't know, they could make up a country. And then, if it's a completely different story, they can have all sorts of, African American, strong female whammons, whatever the fuck they want, and it'd be fine. But for some reason, they lack the creativity. I mean, I don't know how it'd go, but again, I'm not a story writer for a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I'm just a guy with an idea. Or there could be like a time skip. Why not have them fight aliens? Shit, I don't know. Fuck it. Directed by Francis Lawrence, who helmed 3 of the 4 previous installments, and based on Susan Collins' 2020 novel of the same name, The Battle of Songbird and Snakes, November 17 in theaters, is one thing worse than terrible. Bland. Yeah, see, again, even a terrible movie can have its charms. Because even then you can base it, I guess, off of incompetence. But even incompetence works a couple, like, they'll at least get a couple things correct if it was incompetence or laziness. But I feel like they genuinely have no creative talent, and they don't care to be creative. They're just hoping they can sell this based off the previous name or like previous Hunger Game titles. And again, people are now seeing the markings on the wall and being like, yeah, well, I ain't buying this. I ain't watching it. Fuck it. Oh, I don't care to read all this. Carol Anus doesn't like this any more than the rest of his peers, including his best friend, Plinth. Oh god, now I got the hiccups. This is embarrassing. While his wealthy dad issues the coveted prize, Sejanus loathed the cruelty and inequity of the games, making no bones about wanting to halt them. Still, Carolanus lucks out by being paired with Lucy Gray Bard, Rachel Ziegler. Of from District 12, a member of a traveling performance troupe who wears her mother's rainbow-colored dress, and upon being chosen to compete in the Hunger Games, distinguished herself by sticking a snake down the back of a female rival. What? I don't care about any of this. Blythe and Ziegler shares enough chemistry to overcome such. I don't fucking care. Blah 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 blah. Let's get down. Is that Squid Games? Blah blah blah. Let's get down to the comments. What the fuck? Loading. So yeah, I'm not surprised. This travesty, and this was an atrocity. I mean, wait, what the fuck? So they have multiple stories in this? That's kind of fucked. So let's go back up here. Alright, where's the comments here? There are no comments. I'm sick and tired of this shit on the top of my screen. But yeah, not surprised it flopped. You know. Or it's going to flop. I mean, they might rope in a couple of goofy normies to watch it. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a couple people to watch it, but again, I don't see this really being much of a success. It's just going to be another $1 million movie to fail. But that's all I gotta say about that. See ya.